I don't know. I don't know
Right.
what you.
I
don't
think
know
it's
what
supposed to
I'm
be
recording.
44, but it's not working. That's all.
Hold on.
It's
I'm
not.
gonna look at my. Why are you laughing?
Oh, it's not working.
Oh, my voice in the
No,
ears.
me. No, it's me. When I play
Oh.
back my test, it sounds redonk.
I have 44, 4410 or 44.1 sampling rate,
Why is this happening?
32-bit.
Let's see. Preferences. General. It's got to be the hardware. Core audio, external microphone. Jess's AirPods Pro. Oh, maybe that's it.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Just looking. Sample rate. It says 4,800.
It's probably because the microphone that you're using can't do anything other than that.
No, it was it's an Apple setting. Let me try again. Yeah, maybe you're right. Attempt to force hardware to document sample rate. All right, let's see how that goes. Here we go. Test. What?
We're gonna talk some more. Keep talking.
It's not working. Test. It's just slow. Slow and low. What the fuck am I doing
Did you
wrong?
hear
It's the same every time.
sign to make yourself food on the. Huh? I don't know. The sign.
Don't pee on the sign. It's gross.
So, okay.
What could be wrong? See, John thinks we don't need him, but then like
I
day
think
2 of recording without him.
No. Here's the problem here, if I may be so bold.
It's not my
you're
headphones.
Recording with a mic, with a mini teeny mic that is using 1/4 inch knobby thing to stick in the stuff. That's what the problem is. Into a computer.
What's your point?
That's the point. It doesn't work on a computer. It's meant
It
to
was
go
working
into your iPhone. Yeah, but you're not, but it can't do because you weren't recording it.
Okay.
Also, tap it. Tap your mic. I can't hear that. I'm using your ear pods. Here, go like this. Rub it. Yeah. It's not your head. You're holding it, but it's not working.
It's not working?
No.
Melcy, what should I do? My whole office is in disarray. What do I do?
Use your things in your ears. Your AirPods is what you're going to have to use. As long as they're charged. Are they charged to last for an hour?
They are. Is this okay? How does it sound?
What dude, there's no choice. This is it.
Okay, how does it sound?
It sounds like you are on your AirPods, which is going to have to be the thing. That's fine.
I mean, it's one time. It's not going to kill anybody, will it?
No, but we're going to have to talk about that, and we're going to say
I guess we'll say sorry, John, and go fuck yourself, I guess.
No, test. I mean, that's horrible, dude. That's like you don't edit. You know how sucky that would be.
It sounds like a tin can. So yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
But you're right. It has to be the mic because when I took it away, it was fine.
Yeah. Recording.
All right. Sorry. It is what it is.
366 and
let me know when you're ready, and I'll start the podcast of shame. Melissa, that's the title. The podcast of shame. Shame. Rebecca Wadsworth. Shame. Is anyone out there? Is anybody out there?
Hold on. I'm sending a message.
To whom?
To
the people. To the people. Hello. It's gonna sound like shit today. Hello. Hello.
As long
Hello,
as you don't
Jenny
run, hello,
Wetter.
Jenny. As long as you don't run out of battery, would you mind just giving me what your battery percentage for your headphones are right now?
Left 97, right 96.
Okay, good. You should be fine. Now, are your AirPods Pro connected to any other device at this moment?
I will turn off the Bluetooth on my cell phone, so now it should not.
Okay. Do you have any kind of phone capabilities going into your computer?
No,
If
but I
somebody
can just
calls
put it on
you, is it
airplane
gonna?
mode. I'll just put it on airplane mode.
No, not the phone. Because if you have connected, is it gonna ring on your
right.
on your computer if somebody calls you?
I mean, it might, but turning that off messes up my iMessage. It messes up everything. It's too many
Okay.
devices. Just pray.
All right.
Just pray that it won't. All right.
This is when we are going to, at some point, talk about focus modes.
Oh,
Because
I can do that, I think.
if you have your focus mode set up, then it shuts everything up. Like I have a podcasting thing where if I turn that on, no notifications happen from anywhere. I just have to turn it on.
I don't know how to do that right this second, though. Can we
I know,
just live with
just
it for
tap
now, and then I'll figure it out?
Yeah, for sure. All I'm saying is
Okay.
focus mode is amazing. Carrie, you feel
Yeah,
me.
I'm
It is
down
the
with
best.
focus mode.
It is I have set it. Maybe we can talk about it on the show, but I have my
Yeah, let's
workflow.
do it.
My days are fundamentally so much better now because of focus modes. Focus
Yeah.
modes.
Focus modes.
Focus modes.
It's
I love
ridiculous.
focus modes.
Focus moods.
Focus modes. Okay.
Focus facts.
Did you take a look at the show notes?
I did. Man, you are in doubt mode, aren't you? Aren't you?
What do you mean in doubt mode?
Babysitting mode. You are in Jessica babysitting mode right now, big time.
Well, dude, listen. You said you text this morning. Can I just say, okay, people, she texted this morning.
Oh my God, I broke her.
She did. Where was it? Where's the podcast? Where's the podcast Slack channel? Hold on. I got to find it.
What did I do?
Hold on. Let me just say, let's talk to the people who are here. I'm sorry, what?
I thought it would be done by now, but it's not.
The
office. I thought I'd have everything all set up for today, but I don't.
Oh, right. Okay. So she said this at 7:32 a.m., which is, I believe this is great. So everybody in the house right now who is in the chat, who are people who record podcasts or help people record podcasts, okay? So Jessica sends this message. Elsie, I'm having my desk and shit moved around today, so I may be in a different place while recording. But I'll have a mic. Just might be holding it. Okay. This is good. This is great. I actually I'm like right on. I love that she let us know really early. She's going to be in a different place. I was just in a different place too. I was in a different place. I also had a mic that I was holding because, right?
Yeah. I feel like I'm in podcast kindergarten, but yeah.
No. But then she says, and then Melissa comes in and she goes, the tiny bedazzled mic, and happy smiling face. And then you say, that's what
Melissa
I was
bought
thinking.
It for me.
Right. And then it says, that's what I was thinking. And then I'm thinking, that's so funny. That's so cute and funny that she's doing this. The tiny bedazzled mic, they're so funny. They're so funny. Oh, Rafi, thank you. And so I thought, oh my gosh.
We tested it and it sounded good. Whatever.
We have not tested a tiny bedazzled mic. And no, it doesn't sound good. It sounds great. You know when it sounds good? It sounds good for TikToks. For TikToks. For your phone. It's a phone mic. By the way, we should just get started. because I have some more to say.
May as
Should we
well, because you're just
might
gonna
as well
read
get
me out for
started because
about an
there's
hour.
so
May
much.
as well record it.
Okay.
Okay.
10, 5,
No,
4. No.
5 is good. Don't start at 10, please.
Okay. 3. How about 3? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Press record. Yeah.
Yep.
Say hello, Jessica.
Hello, Jessica.
All right. Okay.
Say hello, Elsie.
Oh, hello. Hello. Do you want to go ahead and pretend we're starting?
Yep, I'll do that. We're not
Okay.
pretending. We're starting.
Oh yeah. No, but I know we're starting, but the music, like pretend the music's playing.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
It's over. Yep.
And the music and
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for She Podcast episode 366. For those of you who are joining us live on our Facebook or YouTube, you should know that you get to witness the ever clever and amazing production skills of Elsie Escobar, who just started counting me down from 10, then switched to 5, then 3, and then also emphasized with her elbows. Yes. Anyway, thank you for joining us. This is She Podcast. I am your co-host, Jessica Kupferman. With me, as always, the producing, the writing, the directing, and the acting, Elsie Escobar. Hello.
hello, what's up, everybody? We are so happy to have you here. We are entertaining. That's all get out. Okay. So listen, you might hear a little bit of a difference between my audio, which you hear right now. And then Jessica doesn't have a microphone before because she told me she was going to have a microphone, but my understanding of a microphone and her understanding of a microphone are two completely different things. So when she said to me,
that's not true. I just thought it was going to be good.
Listen, she said, oh my God, let us not talk. Okay. I'm going to open this up real quick.
I don't see what the problem is.
Okay. Shall we show? This is what I imagined.
It's a microphone.
I imagined she was going to be holding something like the Samsung Q2U, which is a perfectly fine microphone to use in locations that are less than stellar. It's the one that I travel with, and it's awesome. And you can just hold it and talk, and it sounds great. But Jess had other ideas. Can you please show and describe for those listening the microphone that you chose to use for our recording today?
So first of all, I just want to, I'm talking into it, even though it's not plugged in because I'm a dickhead. But first of all, it is, I would say about an inch and a half long. And my bestest pal in the whole world, Melissa Belfiore, bought it for me.
I want one too, by the way, because in a different color.
We watch a TikToker named Pinky Patel who has one, but she has bedazzled the entire outside of it. So the whole thing has rhinestones on it, and Pinky Patel is hilarious. So she bought me one. Now I am in a state of transition in this particular moment because I am having my office moved from one room of the house to the other. So I didn't prepare as well as I probably should have because I thought that little microphone would be fine. I could just sit here and hold it while I recorded, but everything was going well. We had calls. She could hear me. It was fine. And then I went to turn on Adobe Audition, and when I tested it, it was and I was like, man, that's not good. So once I unplugged it, everything was fine. So yeah, it is cute. It is ruining today's episode is what's happening. And she's clearly salty about it. You could bedazzle a larger mic. I plan on doing that immediately.
Yes, you definitely can. And there's actually outfits for larger microphones, by the way, like the Q2U. There are these little, I've looked through them, and you can actually pull these little sleeves up on them to like, it's kind of like a dress, like a spandex dress up for this. You can also change the fuzzy thing on the top, the spongy thing.
You really handle the head of that expertly, by the way.
Thanks. Now that's going to get people to come watch our YouTube channel.
We'll see. I doubt it.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Okay. But alas, but here's the scoop, Jess. here's the thing. I went through this. I actually carried my handy dandy Samsung Q2U with me to Pittsburgh because I knew I was going to be recording with, not with you. I had to do a Q&A.
Not with me.
I had to do a Q&A, and then I had to record with Rob. So I was prepared, and I paired things out. I'm like, I'm only going to take this one mic. Turns out that I have worn the the USB cable so badly, and the little connector thingy of the Q2U, the little USB connector, so badly because I've been using it so much that it didn't work. Like I could not make it work. I was only able to I got it to work for our Q&A, and that was great, but I could not get it to work for the feed. So guess what I had to do? I also had to record using headphones, but not my AirPods, just the my, poor John just had to deal with me having to record on the earpods for the feed because my microphone didn't work. But come on now. It's like poor John is getting.
I know. And he's
horrible.
here and he's mad.
Well, he's not mad. He's just, he's having,
he said, why do you hate me?
Well, I don't think we hate. I know it's horrible because here's the thing though, Jess, I actually tested the audio from the Bluetooth, the AirPods Bluetooth, and testing it with the regular earpods. And there's like a vast difference between the audio for those two things.
Yes,
it's just,
I know. I'm sorry, John.
We don't, but I think all this to say, I can't trust. I know you were saying me like you're treating me like I'm in kindergarten, but here's the thing though. When you said I'm going to hold a microphone, I might just have to hold it. I was like, that's fine. We did that when we went to Podfest and recorded Podfest together. That was great. My thought is that you were going to use an actual microphone, not a tiny little 1.5-inch microphone to record.
Yeah. So I'm just going to save face here by saying that anytime you're in charge of sponsorship or any kind of money conversation, I have to babysit you. So I guess
yes, you're correct.
It just so happens that this is the more public-facing thing that makes me look
you're
stupid.
Correct.
Whereas you look stupid in private. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I don't even try to look stupid. Here's the thing.
I'm not trying to look stupid either. I just do. I know. Same.
I just go, he can take care of that. Jessica can talk about all those things.
This is why, if you're listening, if you ever invite me on a show and introduce me as a podcasting guru, it makes me twitch a little bit because my co-podcasters can tell you that I'm no podcasting guru. I may do things in podcasting, but the actual podcasting is not my forte. It's Elsie's forte, not mine.
She works in podcasting very well. But anyway, that is what's happening today. And we're going to have to put, Melissa, you are going to have to put a link in the show notes to the tiny pink microphone so people that are not watching us live can see the tiny little pink microphone and maybe want to buy it themselves. Sure.
Okay.
That would be great.
Let's see. Put that in there. Okay.
Yes.
I want to get to, so we can either get to the news or we can talk about something fun. It's up to you.
Okay. Dude, I'm always up for something fun because the news.
Okay, here we go.
Oh my God.
So, how like I said, I'm having my office moved around and my new office is supposed to be, it's on my back porch. So it's going to have light. I bought white things to go with it, but I have a big desk and it's very dark. So I decided that I would cover it in washi tape and redesign my furniture with washi tape. So I bought all this washi tape. First, I'm going to cover it because washi tape tends to be transparent. So first I'm going to cover it in white duct tape. Just the parts that I'm, like just the surface and the parts that I'm doing. Then over the white duct tape, I will be putting washi tape in stripes or a pattern or whatever the hell I can think up to make a pretty and colorful desk.
Okay.
So I'm not very arty. Like I have good vision, but I don't know that I execute as painstakingly detail oriented as I should. But I just wanted to know what you thought of this idea of taking a piece of furniture that you think is sort of ugly and washi taping it until it's pretty. You think I'm insane or what?
Listen, I am in fact, who has washi tape just within hands
Reach
distance?
like that?
Me.
Not
I
me.
have
I had to
washi
buy it
tape.
from Amazon.
Look, I have
Oh, look
Amazon.
how
I have washi.
pretty. Very
It's
pretty.
very pretty. I
That's a
love
pretty
this.
one.
I had this
Yeah.
in like 3 colors. Anyway, I got that from Etsy. Great washi tape. Love washi tape. Love it. I
Mhm.
don't know.
If it'll work.
Well, I can't visualize what you're talking about. Like, what do you mean washi tape
Yeah.
furniture? Like, what does that even mean? Like
So
the edges?
so no. Like, okay, so like the desk and the sides of the desk, not the legs, are dark,
Okay.
dark brown.
All
So
right.
I'm going to cover it in thick white tape so that it's white because washi tape is transparent. If you put it on something dark, it looks like balls.
Wait, hold
So
up, hold
first,
up. Let's rewind. You said
what?
the legs and the top part, is that right? Is dark,
Not the legs.
not the
No,
legs.
just the yeah. So like when I sit down to the desk, the
Okay.
wooden slab is what I'm
Yes.
doing, not the legs.
Okay, but you want to
Okay.
washi tape the entire top layer of
Yes, ma'am.
a desk.
I will do the entire top layer. I bought thick
How did this
tape
even
and
come
thin
up?
tape. I was Googling, as you do, I was Googling desk cover
Okay.
because I thought because you can't use a tablecloth. If you use a tablecloth and a
Yeah, you
mouse,
can't. Yeah, you
it's
can't
just
do that.
it's
Yeah.
impossible. I was gonna have to
Right.
nail it to something, and I was trying to figure. Then I saw those spandex covers, but it just would make my desk look like a booth at a trade show, which I also didn't want. So then, I just kept looking. You just get, before you read articles, sometimes if I'm looking for something specific, I just go right to images. So I Googled it in Google Images until I saw something that I thought I could do. I don't want to paint it. I don't want to sand it because I don't want to ruin it. It's a piece of the brand is Hooker Furniture, which
Okay.
sells for thousands and resells for almost 1,000. So I was like, if I ruin
Okay.
it, everyone's gonna kill me. But if I duct tape it, I can just peel that shit off and sell it as. I mean, it won't be new. It still looks old. It's old. It's 12 years old. It's not that old, I guess, but it's old enough where, I don't know. I just didn't want to ruin it. So I thought if I could just tape over it with this and then use washi tape on top. And now Carrie's saying I may have to seal it. What I might also do is measure it and get a piece of glass tabletop made for on top of that so the washi tape doesn't peel, which I didn't think of. So thank you for
Yeah.
that. Oh,
See,
Bonnie
this
is
is
saying
exactly what Bonnie said.
duct
Yeah,
tape
exactly.
duct tape will ruin the finish. I mean, will
Absolutely.
it
The
though? Will it?
washi tape won't because the tape. I mean, I literally put washi tape on my paper and then
Mm-hmm.
pull it off and it's fine. So that's great.
Mm-hmm.
But when you said duct tape before the washi tape, that completely defeats the purpose
That
of what
sounds
you're.
bad.
Yeah. You
But
need to.
washi tape is see-through though. Like
Yes,
a
there
lot of
are
it is
some.
see-through because it's for paper.
Yeah, but not all of it is see through. I have black washi tape
Another
and
thing
it's
I could
dark.
do
I
is
have brown black
peel.
washi tape.
I could do peel and stick wallpaper. Will that peel off easily? Because I did get
Dude,
some of that too.
why not just get like a desktop cover? Like they actually make that where there's a lot
I've
of
never
people
seen
that
that.
do, the handwriting, well, you probably don't know because I'm obsessed with this, but I watch a lot of streams of people journaling and their camera is aimed at their desk, right?
Right,
And
at
so
the
what
desk,
they
right.
do to change their background is they have a desk cover that they lay on top of their desk. And that's what they do.
That though? Hold on, let me see. Desk cover. Oh, like a mat?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
like a desk mat. And so they just put it on top of it and it looks pretty and nice. Now, why do you want to change the color? Is it because you don't like
It's
the
just so
dark?
dark. Yes.
What kind
don't
of
like the
dark
dark.
is this?
It's like the darkest possible wood. It's like cherry. And everything else
Why?
in there is full of
What
light.
I would
So,
do if it was me is I
okay.
would hold off. Don't washi tape. Don't stick anything to the wood. I would set up my desk and see everything, even with the dark wood
Mhm.
and use it and look at it as is, and then decide if it's not the right thing. Because when it's good
Wait, what?
wood,
Wait,
don't do anything
you
with it. Set the
I
entire
already have
set your
used it as is. It's my
you
desk.
have used it as is, and you don't, and
It's
you
my
still
desk.
don't like it's your
It's my
desk
current
currently.
desk.
And how
Yeah.
is it because when people look at it, you think that it looks bad because it's so dark? Or is it because when you are on it, you always look at it and go, oh, it's so dark?
It's just the finish is a little chipped. I might have, I don't
But
know. It's
who's
just
but
old
who
looking
cares?
and
Is it
dark.
like, yeah, but
Me. I want it to be pretty. I want it to be a pretty office.
I know that. But if somebody's walking in and they look at your desk, are they going to go, oh my God, that's the worst dark, that's chipped and
No,
it's
but
so
I
old? And
want to walk into my office and think, "Yay, I'm so happy I'm here."
okay. I
That's what
can
I
tell
want.
you, you do that whole thing with the washi tape, you're going to have a problem with the feel of it. You're going to be like, oh my God, because it's going to have ridges. The feeling's going to be weird. You're not going to be able to push your keyboard easily. Everything's going to get kind of stuck. When you write, it's going to
Why?
feel
Because of the
weird.
tape?
The texture, yeah, the texture's going to be all weird. And I personally am not a fan of writing on glass because then you're going to set something out. It's going to, I don't know. I just don't like.
So Chrisella and Jenny are asking, what if I do the glass top and then washi tape? Which I guess I could do.
I think that you could do that. Just make sure that the glass on the outside is not pokey. It's got to be curved because if not, you're going to something. So,
I mean, yeah. Yeah. No. You measure. I would measure it, including the round corners.
okay.
I don't know. Listen, I mean, look, I live in a house where I have no control over any room. The living room is Scott's, the family room is everyone's, the dining room is the dining room. What can you do in there? And the kitchen doesn't belong to me because I don't use it. My office is the only place that I can make a happy space for me. And when I walk in and see that brown desk, I just feel like I don't know, it just looks boring to me. I want it to
So,
look pretty.
yeah, mine is, I
And
love it. I just set up my office space just yesterday and I am over the moon. Over the moon
I think there's
right
something to
now
be
with it.
said for having
But
it should be, if you love your work, then your office, I feel like, should be a little
I
bit of a
love
haven.
I absolutely agree, 100%. In fact, now that I changed my desk to be what it is right now, I'm like,
Hmm.
it makes me so happy, and I've been so productive, as you could tell from my meeting notes that I created because I was so happy to be on my new desk. I'm like, I just want to sit here and write notes. So here, like what Bonnie says, what I would do for you is, I mean, if you really don't want that
I
desk,
mean, yeah, a new desk is
sell
sort
it.
because Bonnie, because I feel a certain type of way if I have a $3,000 to $5,000 desk, and then instead I buy myself a $200 desk to use instead. It makes me feel kind of like an asshole, I think. So I thought I'd
But why
rather
don't you
take the desk
sell
I
it and
have.
have $3,000+ in the bank and buy
I
yourself
mean, that's a
something else that's expensive?
I mean, yeah, that is an option for
Because
sure.
if you're gonna have, like, seriously,
Maybe I will.
it doesn't make any sense
I know, you're
to
right.
especially like I'd sell, I mean, and don't sell it. Yeah, keep it and get a new desk, says what Bonnie says, but it's like, who's gonna use it? I think that the point here though
No
is
one, that's my point. No one's
that
gonna use it.
nobody, it's like, even if you have a very expensive whatever it is, if you're not gonna use it, it's just gonna take up
Yeah,
space. What are you gonna do? Like hawk it when the zombie apocalypse happens?
right. No, the
I
answer is no,
mean,
you don't do that.
I mean,
I'm
seriously, like
looking.
if it's because of the value, if it's meaningful, like if it was your grandparents
No. I don't get attached to no. I mean, no,
okay,
it's no
well
one's.
then
No,
there's
it's
really
mine
no
that we bought
reason,
when I came in here.
because you don't like it now. I would
Yeah, I don't
sell
like
the
it.
thing. I would sell
All
it
right.
like 100%, because the zombies won't want the desk either. Correct. And if there's a place that somebody else can use it in the house, like that, that they're going to use it for sure, keep it for sure. But if you're not, sell it. There's no, I mean, the desk that I'm using right now is an antique, actually. It's it's a very old dining room table that my in-laws gave us. It is not necessarily the handiest dining room table. It is actually square. So if you bring up the sides, it's not long. It's a square table. And it's super kind of really weird and awkward as a dining room table. Therefore, we haven't really used it. And I just put it into and use it as my desk table. And it is amazing because it's a square. Like if I put one of the parts up, the little parts that pop up on one side, it creates an exact square and it gives me so much room. I love it. And the feel of it is like super old, hard, good wood. Is it a desk?
I mean, yeah.
No.
Yes.
But I love it. And it's dark. It's dark. I love it. It looks great.
I hear you. I mean, yeah, I don't know how to explain why I don't like it. I just feel like I guess because my office is so small and it's such a big desk, takes up a lot of space. It was so much better when I had it upstairs in a bedroom. But now that it's down here, it was just taking up so much space. And then I thought, well, if I already have it, I may as well make it look like what I want it to look like. And then I can just let it take up space because I don't have to buy another one. Because I just felt, I mean, Carrie, I mean, she's right. You're both right. Just sell it and get the thing you want. But it's like the thing I want is so much cheaper, and I just felt like it's a waste. But I guess it's not if it's what you want.
It's not a waste because it's already because you're ruining it. What you're doing is you're gonna ruin $3,000 worth of something because you don't like the way it looks, which is sort of like. Stupid. Could you imagine if I decided I don't really like?
But I didn't think I'd be ruining it. I thought I would just be able to cover it and then peel the shit off.
No, it's not going to work.
I'd be ruining it. All right, fine.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I said something because that probably saved me a lot of time, and I'll just return all the beautiful washi. No, you know what? I'm not going to return it. I'm going to cover some other shit with it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cover everything in the house with washi tape is what I'm going to do. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to washi tape this bitch until everything is colorful and beautiful. And I invite you to come along this journey with me.
Washi tape is amazing. I mean, I don't even know how this thing even does what it does. Like, I didn't know that you could put tape on a piece of paper and then take it off. It's so nice. I love washi tape.
Yes, that.
Yes.
Okay.
So thanks for giving us the update on the office.
Yeah.
Cannot wait till we see how beautiful it is.
Thank you so very much.
And if anybody else has any thoughts about this, we would love to hear your thoughts.
I
please send them over to feedback@shepodcast.com. What do you do if you have an expensive piece of something or other? Do you cover it up in things so that it looks the way you want it to? Or do you get rid of it by selling it, of course, because you don't want to, right? Yeah. What do you do?
It's a tough decision. It's free. So I already have it. It's mine to ruin if I so choose.
Yeah, but you're just complaining about $3,000 worth of desk,
I mean, I don't know. I'm actually looking for it, so I try to show you, but I haven't. Wait, did I just find it?
I don't know.
Found it yet.
But I would say go on. I think Facebook is good at selling things.
It is. Oh my God. Oh my God, that brings me to something else. I have enjoyed so much looking at Facebook Marketplace. Yesterday, I found lawn ornaments that were ducks on the top and bananas on the bottom. So weird. It's the weirdest thing I ever saw. And for that reason, I wanted them. They were so ugly, though. But, have you ever just, who else does this? Denise Duffield Thomas does this sometimes, too, where it's she just goes on there and then posts the weirdest crap she can find. That's me. I was just like, what's weird in here that I could buy?
Oh my God. But I heard it's doing pretty good. And I guess they're getting, I haven't ever used it, but their Facebook groups that are the local Facebook groups, I think would probably be the best bet because you don't want to, I'm sure that this desk is heavy and you don't want to, add them to pick it up, whatever. I don't know, whatever you need to do. but I do feel that you can get some pretty decent money off of that. I mean, that's just money that's just sitting there. That's an expensive like I'd be like,
I know,
I'd
you're right.
sell it and totally get myself even more stuff
Something
for
else.
for my office.
For
It
your
would be
office?
amazing.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Maybe I will do that. I
All
can
the
find a
things that
picture
you're
of it. Maybe I
missing that
will.
you're like, ooh, I wish I could do this one little bit here. It would be great.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Okay, yeah, all right, I'll have to look into that. Damn it. Damn it to
Gosh
heck.
darn it. Got to, okay. Now what are we doing?
You
What are we
guys
talking
talked
about
me
now?
out of my big plan. Okay,
Sorry.
so here's what I want to talk about. Your first article that you have in our show notes is about
Yes.
Acast acquiring Podchaser. So for those of you who
Yes.
don't know, sorry, I think I have the hiccups. Podchaser is a company where you can go on, claim your show, look at stats, and I think other people can look at your stats to know whether or not they want to advertise with you, I believe.
This is not a good way for you to describe this.
Okay, you describe it. I'm doing it wrong. Because for me, that's what I use it for. I have
Okay.
Podchaser and I use it to like check out shows and see how they're doing.
Okay. Yeah. But are you paying for it?
I just started paying for it, yes.
Okay. Well, that's the thing. So I don't pay for
if you don't pay for
Podchaser.
it's useless, right?
No, I don't think it's useless. I actually really liked it. So Podchaser
Okay.
is like the IMDb of podcasts. So I use Podchaser in the same way that I use IMDb. So if you go into IMDb and you're like, oh my God, what's that show? Who does that show? Who's the host? Who does the thing? Who's it? That's what Podchaser is. It's a database and it has podcasts and it has producers and it has people who work on the show that do other things. It has interviews. You can have like an interview page, like an IMDb. Let's say you are a writer or something like that. Like you can have that kind of stuff for Podchaser as well. In fact, you can have a page on Podchaser even if you don't have a podcast because you're a guest all the time. So you can have guests in there. You can look for people's names, all kinds of stuff. So, and then you can also do reviews, ratings and reviews in there that are, platform agnostic. So you don't have to go into Apple Podcasts. You can do like whatever. It pulls all the stuff in there. So Podchaser has a lot of really great stuff. I have a creator page and I have my top podcasts in there that I listen to all the time.
Okay.
And I find it to be awesome. So
excellent.
Yeah. That's how I use it.
Yeah. So once I saw that it was being acquired, I also saw some people making a little bit of a stink about it, like it was going to be bad news or something.
A lot of people, not just some.
Is it because Acast is? Like right now, Podchaser is not privately owned. Therefore, what? It's like service for the people, which it now will only be a service for Acast. Like I don't understand why.
It's because they have access to that database. So let's say somebody,
right?
Like let's say She Podcasts had a directory, and we have been curating the data from all of the people who are part of our Facebook group. Let's pretend all the data in the Facebook group is proprietary to us, and let's pretend the 20,000 plus people in our group have given us permission to have their data. Okay, all of the stuff, how old they are, how what their show is, where they're hosted, all of the things. And then somebody else comes in, a larger corporation who currently has been trying to spam thousands of podcasters by just taking their email address out of their RSS feeds and trying to move them into their own, move their podcast into Acast. So they've been trying to do that, right? Okay. And so they're already emailing all the stuff. So they acquire She Podcast, and now our database is theirs to do whatever it is that they want.
But what do they want? What can they do with it that's harmful?
They know competitor information. Am I correct?
Okay. Yes.
People where other shows are hosted, how big those shows are. Correct? Because isn't that what you're getting?
Yes, how big? Yes. I don't know if it shows where they're hosted. It must, but
it does show where I know that they show they have all that information. They have all of their information for email because they have opted into creating these profiles in there.
Okay.
They have how often they record, how long the shows are, who the hosts are, all of that stuff they have now. They have now. It is not, it is for, it's a like they have access to anything in the back end to be able to see all that stuff.
Okay.
Okay. So when you're saying like, what are they going to do with that stuff? Yeah, but think about that. What if you had all the information from our, in quote, what if we acquired all the information from Podcast Movement?
Yeah.
Like all of their stuff, like all of the background,
amazing.
all of it would be amazing, correct? But that means that we have access to all of those databases. Like if there was like a Podchaser of all the podcast
all the sponsors,
conferences,
all the
like Podfest and like any other podcast conference out there was all in one database that was a database that was not affiliated with any specific podcasting conference, right? And already there was a podcast conference out there who was poaching, trying to get everybody, emailing them directly without having them opt in, and trying to have them change their ticket from She Podcast to the other competitor conference. And they were emailing people going like, well, our conference is better than your conference. And then they acquired everybody's information, all of it. And now,
I guess if I wouldn't like that if I was an attendee, I guess.
Well, not an attendee, but as a boss. Now they have all of the information from She Podcast Live competitors. I mean, attendees from Podcast Movement competitor attendees or Podfest. You know what I mean? They acquire that database. So then they're able to, see it. They're able to see it and position themselves.
They're like,
like, how are they doing versus what they're doing? Oh my gosh, we need to go to this conference because they have XYZ better than that conference. And then we can make our conference better because we can do these things that these other conferences aren't doing. I'm putting it on those terms because that you understand what that's like from the podcast in the podcasting space. And so for them, for Acast, it would be they're a podcast hosting company. So they have competition in that realm. They are also selling ads. So they're into the advertising aspect of it as well.
That doesn't mean they'll also know what ads everyone's getting, will they?
I don't know. And then they have another thing too, where they're acquiring creators or content. So then they would also be able to go like, ooh, that show, as in like shows, like entire, yeah. So those are three things. So they're acquiring talent / content, right? Like podcasts with large followings. They are selling ads and they're making money, good money doing that. And so they're getting very strategic and specific. And they are a podcast hosting platform, which obviously that works really well in that little ecosystem where they're selling ads, acquiring creators, and being able to have a hosting platform. So that's like, it's really good. Like that whole, the trifecta is fantastic. Now they have acquired this database of like a lot of podcasts that used to be standalone and now is affiliated. So it's kind of like Anchor and Spotify, that they have a lot of information, a lot of podcasts coming in. Now that's concerning. That said, though, I adore Podchaser. I love Cole.
Me too. It's very cool.
I adore. I'm so happy for them. Like I'm so happy for them. I think they're incredible. I think that they've done great stuff. I'm so proud of them. I always believed in Podchaser. I think Podchaser is an amazing product. I was always like, no, Podchaser's got something going on. I was always saying that because I really just found so much value out of it. And so I'm super happy with them. I'm just kind of bummed that they're not like in the middle of it without affiliated. There's no way for Acast to go, we're going to leave them alone. Think about what happened with Facebook and Instagram. Facebook initially said, I'm not going to talk.
I think they improved Instagram. I like that it's connected. Does that make me a bad person?
I don't. No, because when's the last time you looked at Instagram and actually saw pictures?
Yesterday, this morning.
Like pictures,
Why?
not reels. Because my feed
That's
is
a good
all
question.
reels. It's all
And it's
reels.
a lot of
I can't
reels.
even
It is
find
a
a
lot.
picture.
It's
I
because they
want
think they're
that.
competing with TikTok. I know. You're right.
Exactly. And so now what Facebook is doing is they're looking for that thing to compete against their competitor, and they've completely destroyed what Instagram was.
Yeah.
And so
I mean,
it's like,
yeah, I guess.
it's no, I
Are
mean,
you
I'm
sure
not
you don't
saying
just?
what
Are you sure you haven't just looked at so many reels that that's what it's feeding you, though?
I know, because let me tell you
No. All
something.
right.
No, the minute
Just
they pop up,
just
have you noticed that if you even just tap, like sometimes you're scrolling and by mistake, you tap in a reel and then all of a sudden it sends you into the reels, and then now you're in the reels and you didn't even choose it. The minute you by mistake do that, it tweaks your timeline. So you didn't choose it. It's choosing it for you because of the behavior. And I can tell you that this is a thing because I have opened another Instagram account that is my personal private Instagram account that I don't want anybody to know about, that I'm happily consuming it. And my algorithm is crazy different. And I'm like, oh, this is great. This is like,
I mean,
palate cleansing.
Instagram is pretty shady. But that doesn't mean Acast is, does it? Or does it?
Well, dude, that they've been talking about, like what they've been doing was shady. They were ripping people's email addresses and emailing them without them being
I didn't like that
for a long time. I think that they're going to stop now. And maybe that's but here's the thing. It's not that they're being shady. I really don't think that they're being shady. Something happens whenever a company is public.
Okay.
They have to hit goals. They have to hit it. And in order for people to hit whatever economic goals need to be hit, that company needs to do anything and everything possible to get that. It's different than anybody else. Like literally, you just have to tell the board or anybody who has invested in your company, you are beholden to delivering the money. And thus, you have to make, like, if something's working, why wouldn't you just keep doing it? Even if it's pissing people off, it doesn't matter because you're making the money, and the people that you are beholden to are your stakeholders. The stakeholders are the most important thing. When you're a public company, like sometimes you have to, like,
I get it.
you know.
I get it. I just wanted you to tell me, oh, it's no big deal. They're not going to do anything with you. I mean, of course, you would never do that, but I was hoping you would.
Well, listen, and I may be wrong. I may be totally wrong, and like
you might not be.
And so I think that it just depends. Like all of us, I think, are in a position where you're just like, oh, mind you, I love Podchaser. I think that they're amazing. And I don't want to knock on Acast either, because sometimes you have to do what you have to do in order for you to move to where you need to do. And sometimes you got to do things that are going to piss people off. Now, I mean, it's hard. It's a challenge to run a business that's making millions of dollars. And I don't know what I would do. I don't know, Jess. I mean, I'm not a boss of somebody that is making millions of dollars. So
I know. I wish that you were. And I wish that person was me.
Well, I know, right? But honestly, I think that it's a hard place to be, to have to work in that perspective and have to manage the economics and have to manage how to make sure that you give the stakeholders what you promised them, and also to do a great product, and what are some ways in which we can continue to grow and iterate and continue to expand and all of that stuff. And I mean, if we are in a capitalist society, this is what it works on. And if you subscribe to that, then what they're doing is a good thing.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we will. We'll work. We'll find out. So
I hope
there are. Yeah.
I hope it's positive, because I'll be sad if it's not. That's all.
Look at
I'll be
Rafi
very
and
sad.
Patrick.
Very
Yeah,
sad.
it's yeah.
They're both
I mean,
like,
it's
it's not good.
Well, I mean, it's like, I think it's really
No.
tough. It's just,
Yeah.
it's tough. I honestly don't want to sit here and like badmouth a company all the way through without. And I think they were just interviewed on the CEO was on Pod News or Podland.
ACAST?
Podland.
No, the CEO of ACAST was on Podland.
Yes, the CEO was on Podland. Yes. And so if you all want to hear the CEO talk, then go listen. Like, I don't think that we should, without being in dialogue and getting to know people, I don't think we're any of us are in a position to be able to make like, that's evil.
Yeah.
That's evil. Nobody.
You're right.
I don't
you're
think.
right about
I think
that.
there's a lot of in between. So, we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna see, I guess. It's very interesting. It's an interesting experiment, I guess, on who can buy what.
Yeah.
Right?
Also, yeah. Well, since we're like been talking for a little bit, I kind of want to talk really quickly about our friend Sky.
Sky Pillsbury. Well, no, because she started a new thinger, huh? Where is that? The Squeeze.
I love that. The Squeeze.
Yeah.
The Squeeze.
This is the Squeeze.
This is the Squeeze.
Substack.com.
Yeah, and she wrote her first piece. It's like this super in-depth like journalism thing, right?
Because so
it's
good.
Like, whoa, she's so good about that stuff. So she reported on NPR that they they kind of like stopped production of the In the Dark halfway through production, which is a podcast, and it was like, it's a whole to do. So I would let you all go read her entire reporting, which was amazing. And also, everyone, particularly in the She Podcast community, needs to subscribe to Sky's new newsletter called The Squeeze, which is the coolest newsletter name ever.
It is. Website is thisisthesqueeze.substack.com.
Yes. And so just subscribe. Sky is phenomenal. She is such an incredible human. And I'm so glad that she's back at this doing some reporting, which is really, really awesome. I love it.
Yay.
Woohoo. So I think to wrap a little bit of this up, Jess, shall we talk about what She Podcast is doing at Podcast Movement? Even if it's like high level or like
high level. Okay. We are going to have a booth, and it will have some level of interaction as well as a possible photo op spot. So like I'm trying to figure out how to do both at the same time. So I mean, it's only a 10 by 10 space. So like, okay, so like either it's going to have something, it's definitely gonna have something interactive that you can do and put up and frame. It'll be like living art. And then I'm not sure if that will be the photo op or if I'll have another wall dedicated to like our logo and something that you can take pictures of, like either in a frame or something. But yeah, it's going to be really good. I'm going to be at the booth almost the whole time because I end up not seeing people when we do parties. So that's why I'm excited to be at a booth. I know that it's going to be hard work. In fact, probably just watching you will stress me out because we're right across from Libsyn. So just staring at Elsie all day while she like plasters on us. I mean, I'm sure when she sees you guys who are listening, she's happy because our people we love. It's people we've never met before that make her justify her business. That's what she can't stand is when people go up and go, so why should I pick Libsyn over every other podcast host? And everyone at Libsyn's just like,
Well,
because
I think
there
it's
are
just
differences.
it's
No, of
like
course
yeah,
there's
it's like
differences. They know the
literally
answer.
this. It's like having people that you love, like all standing next to each other, and then like somebody's looking for a partner, and they're like, "Hey, what do you think? Do you like Elsie better or Jess?
Yeah, it's like
Who
going
should
to
we
a
go to
shoe
dinner with,
store.
Elsie or Jess?"
It's like going to a shoe store and Steve Madden is standing next to Betsy Johnson, and you make them go, okay, why should I buy your shoes over her shoes? Okay,
Yeah,
why should I buy her shoes over your shoes? Like it's just a matter of personal press and style and
yep.
just whatever you jive with. Like, I mean, poor Elsie. Anyway, so yeah, so I'll be across from Elsie. I really, really encourage you to come up and say hi and visit. I will have staff with us as well, Elsie. So Margie will be there. She's the director of sponsorship. Jen, our events director, will be there, and she now has an assistant, Shira, and Shira will be there as well. You did meet Shira. She was at Podfest. So that's
Oh yes,
the
yes,
news.
yes. Totally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you met Shira. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
surprised Shira didn't get COVID because she's extremely extroverted, and I saw her flitting around, chatting it up with strangers. I know she didn't know, so I was just like, that girl. I mean, I'm just amazed that we got COVID, she didn't. That's all I'm saying. Like you and I were like,
Oh my
hello, I'm gonna hide
God.
in the corner. Yeah, we were like, hello, we're gonna hide over here in the corner. Thanks for talking to us, Clay. And Shira was everywhere. I mean, maybe she had a more recent vax than me. Mine was November, so maybe that was the problem. Anyway, doesn't matter. We're fine. We're fine. We're over it. Hopefully, we won't get it again. Hopefully, no one will get it. Why am I even talking about this? I'm just burning my own underpants at this point. Is what's happening. Yeah. I mean, is there anything else that you want? I mean, you guys who are live, if you want to tell us what to discuss, that'd be interesting. Oh, powerful people in podcasting. That's what we should discuss. I don't know I don't know the URL for that. Is it over? Might be over. Let's skip that. Get rid of that, John. I think that's it. Oh yeah, one more thing. Let's talk about the new emojis. This is my favorite
All
thing
right.
to talk about with you.
New emojis.
Okay, so it looks to me like we are getting high five, but only halfway, right?
I think it's this. Like
It's this, but it's sideways. Look at your link. It's like
yeah,
this.
it's like I know.
Yeah,
And
it's
also
sideways.
the shaking head looks weird. The shaking head is
Let me
like
see.
it's like
The
what?
shaking head. It's like that.
But it's like but it's like what
It's
is that?
blurred. It's blurred to imply movement, which is interesting. There's ginger root, a moose, a donkey, wings, but only the right wing. I don't see the left wing. That's fucking bizarre. A goose, a jellyfish, a crow. Something that looks like a recorder, but I'm guessing is some type of ethnic flute that I don't recognize. But it kind of looks like a recorder, except it's got green bands, which look like they indicate something. Maracas, a pick for your hair, and I guess a Japanese fan, and peas, snow peas, which I love. Is that it? That can't be it. I thought they do like 100 at once. This is like
They
17.
do a lot, but I think that maybe those are the famous ones.
These are the best ones.
Not
you're
the
right.
best,
Because
the
look,
famous ones, the ones that people are covering.
15. So this is going to be 15. It includes new mammals, birds, and a jellyfish, moose face, donkey, blackbird, goose, and a wing. Hyacinth, ginger, and pea pods are also on the way. Latin music fans will be pleased to hear maracas will be there. And if you're forced to play recorder or flute, the flute emoji is arriving. Oh my God, I was right. It's a recorder. In total, there are 31 new ones, which is significantly less than the 112 they did last year. I knew it. God, I'm good. In fact, it's the smallest number of new emojis Unicode has ever recommended at any one time. All right. You know what's going to happen is they're going to take that half high five and find a way to make it dirty by putting something here so that it looks like it's coming in for the, I don't know. I mean, I'll work on it and get back to you. Oh, it's funny. Okay. Anything else, Miss Elsie? Did I dominate today's show? I feel like
What? I think I
like
dominated today's show with all my craziness.
Didn't talk very much. No, I think it was me this
I
time.
didn't?
I
I
think it
think
was
we
me
were
this time.
equally talky. I
Maybe
think
we
we
were
were
equal. Yeah,
equally talky. Yes.
I think you're
I
right.
really
I think
like
you're
the
right.
Patrick. Look, Patrick just shared this little face, the one with the fingers like this. That's the one that I
Yeah.
really like. I love the one with the hands on the face with the peeking finger. I love that. That's my favorite.
There's one I've been using. Clearly, I don't know what it means, but let me just. There's one I've been using kind of often. Because normally the one that I use often is the one with the straight lines for eyes and straight lines for
Yes.
the mouth, which
Yes.
kind of means like okay, smart pants.
Yeah.
But
It's
this
like,
one I've been using to it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Um, the one with no mouth. It's just eyes open and no mouth. I really like that one. I'm not sure why.
I like that one too.
And I also like the one where the face is smiling but also melting into the.
That one I haven't actually used because I like it, but I haven't used it in context. Like I just haven't found a I haven't found a reason
Yeah.
to use that.
I think, well, I mean, to me, I mean, I'm probably not using it right, but to me, it just means like I'm slowly, like my brain is Swiss cheese, or I'm slowly melting, or help, I'm not my, I don't know. I've been using it to like as like an apology emoji for if I get something wrong. I'm probably not using it right, but that's what I use it for. And I mean, that's why I've been using it a lot because that happens all the time. I'm always wrong and apologizing. That's my life. So, like the beginning of the show. If you didn't catch that, rewind to the beginning where you can hear me make mistakes about how to record. So, you'll enjoy it very much, I'm sure. Okay. If there is nothing else, then I would like to thank you all for being with us, especially those of you who watched us live. And if you want to find today's show notes, you can find them on shepodcast.com. You can also check out more information about She Podcast Live, which is our live conference that's going to be in Washington, D.C. this fall, October 11th through the 14th. Check out shepodcastlive.com. Also, again, you can find out She Podcast. Also, you can find out information about our membership, which is a monthly membership where we have a ridiculous amount of education library, as well as QAs with Elsie and myself and Tracy DeForge. So that's membership.shepodcast.com. You can find us on social, on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at She Podcasts. Check out Sky's newsletter, thisisthesqueeze.substack.com. Thank you guys so much for being with me and Elsie, for being with us. Why did I say me? I guess I'm self-centered
okay.
today. Love you.
Mean it.
Bye. All right, let me stop. If I don't stop and save, I'm afraid John will never get it.
Yes, you stop and here we go. 366.
Yeah.
Okay.
366. Where is the folder? It says you can't find my folder. I don't like that. Yes, I would like to create it. Why is this happening? Oh my God. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You ever just need a big sigh? It's been a weird day.
Yeah, a big sigh. A big,
right?
Yeah.
A big fat sigh.
Yep.
What's going on?
So,
yes.
Yeah. It's just
What?
the shit show that's happening. So, who's here? Is anybody here still?
There's 8
watching
people
us?
still here. Hello.
Okay. Hey, 8 people, listen. My dearly beloved folks, Libsyn is down. It's down. So if any of you would like to just be kind and say to your friends,
Rewind.
They're working on it. Our apologies, their apologies, be kind. That would be awesome because the whole team is really working very hard. More updates are going to be coming very soon, all the way around as to what's happening. But the team right now is working to do that. So if you can do that, that would be really great. It would be really helpful because it's not like they don't know, right?
That's right.
It's not like they don't know. So and I know every single one of you guys has been in a position where something's just not working and everybody's like, when is it going to come back? And you're like, well, we're trying to figure things out. So
don't worry, it'll come back. Those guys are smart.
Yeah, they're back and they're smart. It's just a matter of being able to put something. I'm just trying to figure out how to do this. And like, if it was up to me, I would have already put something out.
Right.
But I'm trying to, touch base with all the team members and see if there's anything else that we can do. But as of now, if you could share that, that would be super, super helpful. Anybody around here, super helpful. That's it.
All right. Well, I'm going to go see how my office is coming. Thank you guys so much for being with us. Really, it means so much that there were so many of you were alive today, and it was so fun to have you. So thank you so much. I'm going to run and see if I can help anything that's happening in my house. Anything else before I run away, Miss Elsie Escobar?
No, thank you. You're amazing.
Right. I will take my leave of you. You are amazing as well. Love to you all. Talk to you later.
Bye, guys. We're going to end broadcast. That would be helpful.